Alright, in this video we are going to see how to create this slider using JavaScript. So this is going to be the 47th JavaScript in our playlist. If you wish to learn JavaScript from scratch, I would recommend you to start from episode 1 and reach till now, which is episode number 48. Fine, to follow along I leave all the images code in the description so that you can work along with me. So here we are going to create this from scratch. Now let me show you how to create this. The very first thing, let's create a new document, and I'm going to name this as demo.html. and as I said, this is the link which you will get in the description. Download it and start along with me. And we need a boilerplate HTML code, exclamatory, tab, and let's create style sheet, and we'll name this as demo.css. and let me create script file as well, and we'll name this as demo.js. Now we need to create two files, control N, control S, demo.css, control N, control S, demo.js. Cool. Once this is done, what we need to do is, let's create a container. We'll name this as slide container. This is no use, we don't have to worry about this, but we need to care about this div. This div is going to have class slide, and inside the slide we have image, and the image name is 1.jpg, and this is going to be 2.jpg, and this is going to be 3.jpg. Refresh this. Let me show you how does it look. We have placed it in the same folder, except the file name is demo.html. Cool. Now let's start working on the CSS. For the body, let the width be 100% vertical width, viewport width, and the height be 100% vertical height. Let the background be hash, and let me remove for all element. Let us remove padding and margin. Now this is how it looks. Now let's get the slide container. Let's give the height and width. Now we forgot one thing, we just need to add inside the slide container, we need to add two anchor links, so that will act as a navigation point. Let me do it. So this is the anchor tag, and we have passed this a function. We'll create this in JavaScript section. Now if I refresh, this is how it looks. No change at all. And I have given height and width. Let me make overflow hidden, and I want this to be at the center of the screen. Display flex, align items center, justify content center, and for now let me just work with only one div, so just to see how it actually looks like. So this is how it looks, and I want to place the navigation link over the container. So for that I have to give the parent here. For the anchor tag is slide container, I'll give position relative, and for the anchor tag I'll give position absolute top 50%, and for previous I have given class previous, and next this is left of 0 and right of 0. So for the navigation link, let's give a background color black, and for the anchor tag as well, let me give padding 15 pixel, and refresh this. This is how it looks. And remove the text, remove the underline. So text decoration none, and let me add the color white. Cool. Once this is done, I have to get the slider div. So the slide, I have to add the animation animation name and duration. So let's define the animation at the rate keyframes from to, and from is going to be opacity 0 and to opacity 1. Refresh this. You can see on refreshing, you can see the fading effect. And for the slide, for now, let me make display none. Cool. Now let's get into the JavaScript. So let's create an index which will hold the incremented and decremented value, and we have to pass this index to a function. And let me create a function, run slide. Let's pass this index. So now let's define this, and the pass index is this one. So the n is simply the passed index. At present it is 1. So this function, what it will do is it will get all the slides. So let's get all the slides. Document dot get elements by class name. We know all the slides are in the class slide, and we'll save this as a variable called slide. And let's run the for loop. Variable I equal to 0, I is greater than slide dot length, that means the total number of div. We have only 3, so this is going to be 3. Then I plus plus, and I want, now what I need to do is I want to hide all the divs. So slide pass the incremented, pass the I. So this is going to run till 3 times. So run 3 times and make the style display equal to none. So run it and make the slide none for all slide, and except the passed value. You can see the n value. Let's get the n value. So if you want to show me, let me show you. Console dot log, refresh this. So now it won't work. No, not reason, not, I cannot show you. Now what I need is just get the slide and pass the index, and for this only just make the display block. Cool. Once this is done, now what we can do, we have to increment this value. So to increment the value, we have to create another function which is plus slide, and it will also accept a parameter which is going to be either +1 or -1. You can see on the HTML I have paste -1 and passed -1 and 1. So we will get either 1 or -1. So based on it, I want to increment the index value. So if it is -1, the increment value will be decremented. If it is +1, the index value will be incremented. Cool. Now we have to add a condition. If the index value is less than 0, less than equal to 0, then I want to loop. So that means it should be 3. If the index value is less than, if index value is greater than 3, that means it is going to exceed, I think I have made a mistake, this is less than and this is greater than. If it is greater than 3, then the index value need to start from first. Cool. Then pass the index value, run slide into the pass the index into the run slide function. Now if I refresh, we have passed the run slide, the index is at present 1, so we will get 1 and we should see at least one slide over here. Let's see, it's not working. Now we have to check on the inspect, on the error it says cannot read the property undefined. I'll show you here, it should be -1. Now you got it. Now let me show you one by one. Let me hide this, refresh it. Now what happens is I'm passing the one value, hardcode one value. On page refresh, one value will be there and one value will be just in this n. Now what we need to do is I have run the for loop and it will hide all the slides and the n value will only be displayed. So the slide is going to start from 0. So let me show you the HTML. Now we can unhide this. Now if you see, the whole div is slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. By 1, 2, 3 I meant slide index 1, slide index 2 and slide index 3. So slide index 1 and slide index 2, slide index 3 will be hidden, and except slide 0, which is the index starts from 0. That's the reason, even if it is 1, 1 minus 1 0, so the 0th value will be 0th value. It is 0th one, this is first index and this is second index. Save this, and you can see only the one value. At present I can see only one value and nothing is going to work. Now what I had done is, if I click on plus function, and by plus function either I am going to add -1 or +1, so we will get either -1 or +1. Let me hide this, refresh it again. Now the plus index is going to have, plus slide is going to have 1, so here it is going to be 1. So index is already 1, 1 plus equal to 1, 1 plus 1, so the value is going to be 2. Let me console and show you. Console.log, refresh this. Now if I click on next, let's see the message. You can see 2, as I said 2 value will be there. Now if I click again, it will be 3, so you got the 3. So we have only 3 images. If I go again, it will get an error. That's the reason I have added this. If it is greater than 3, then make it 1 again. So let's see, if it is greater than 3, it will be loop again. So here it is, we are getting 4 equal to, refresh this, 1, this is second one, this is third one, so we are getting either 1 and 2. Cool, no issue. We are getting the incremented value 3, but you can see the n will be n minus 1, so it will be 1 only. Great. The same way, if I go negatively, the function is not at present, it is comment, you will get an error. Let me uncomment this, refresh it again. So you are getting the negative values also working. So I hope this is clear. Thank you so much for listening. Meet you in the other JavaScript tutorial.